Go on. Go lay down.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Facer Hill Pro Wrestling Talk. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Marcus Fine, and Big Glenn. How's it going, guys?
Going good. Trying to stay warm. Marcus, you guys seen any snow yet?
I don't know. I haven't looked out.
No
Yeah,
snow here, and I just see the front is going south of Indy. So,
Okay.
like if you're like in Evansville and Bloomington, Brown County area going towards Kentucky, you're probably getting something. So,
Yeah, I think it's changed a little bit what they thought it was going to be. My wife just passed up your way, Marcus, probably about an hour ago. She was up by Frankfurt. She's on her way home to Chicago.
Yeah,
She just passed through there. She told
I
me.
know. I know Martinsville would have canceled Saturday.
Yeah, I think they'd have been all right, but they don't want to take
They're
it.
further south. They're further south.
Well, that's true. That's true. So maybe once they seen it was changing, maybe they figured, why chance it?
I have my thoughts, but
Yeah, well, that's true too.
I can't.
speaking of
Well-
Chicago, man, you gonna go up to for the Chamber, man?
I'd like to.
'Cause
I
I
got-
sure hope y'all
Got to
y'all
talk.
can go.
Got to talk Austin and Chris into it. The only way I can go.
Yeah. Well, the only more persuasion you guys need is I'm going. So
That
Well,
might
guys,
not be the case.
I may not be the Rock,
Glenn's
but
going. I ain't going up there.
well, the Monday Night Raw's coming in March, and I talked to Austin because his girlfriend had never been to any show. The only show she's ever been to ever, other than a couple independent shows here in Muncie, was the Royal Rumble. She'd never been to anything else before, and that was her first show ever. Was the Royal Rumble,
Mhm.
I guess
and she'd always wanted to go to a Raw. She always wanted to go to a Raw, so I talked to him the other day about it. He's going to talk to her. I just don't know going on a Monday and being there so late and coming home. I'm old, so I don't know.
yeah, you want to be home pretty much by 11. So
Yeah, the show's not over till 10:30, so it'd be
yeah, you'd be
Getting out
up
there
till
and everything.
1 in the morning.
Yep. Well, guys, let's get started. Welcome to Facer Hill Pro Wrestling Talk. Like Chris said, we're going to start off with NXT Deadline, which I thought was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. Let's jump off to the first match of the night, and they started with the NXT Championship match with Obafemi going against Ricky Saints, the champion. And guys, we got a new champion. Saints lost the belt, and let me go to Marcus first and get his thoughts on the match and on what he thought.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent match. I don't think it was the match of the night. I mean, it wasn't even
No.
close to be a match of the night.
No.
It was a decent. Like I said, it was a decent match. I wouldn't have main evented that, but they did pretty good. There's a few things I could pick apart. Oba should have been counted out, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Because he did not get in the ring. I mean, it was close.
Yep.
He got in there. Oba, if you didn't notice, was sucking wind pretty hard at the end of that match, too. I thought he was. It looked like he got blown up pretty quick. But, yeah, I thought it was a decent match. A lot of interesting stuff. I liked how Saints tried to go for his legs first. And like, well, that's the dumbest thing you could have done right out of the gate. He did have him in that submission hold, but Oba was just too tough. So,
Yep.
it was a decent match for a start. It was a good curtain jerker match. So,
Yeah, I like the psychology of the match where the last time he beat him, when Ricky Saints beat him, he beat him in like 3 or 4 moves in a row, and he tried that again, and it didn't work this time. He hit like 3 or 4 in a row, but he didn't get the pinfall this time. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Let's go to Big Glenn. Big Glenn, what do you think?
I thought it was a good match. Wasn't surprised, with Wakanda, Obafemi forever in that way, getting the job done.
Okay. Chris, your thoughts?
I thought it was a pretty good match. I did think that I do agree with Marcus. I thought Obi got tired, but I'll tell you why he does that sit out power bomb pretty damn good. I thought that looked real good. I don't know exactly what he calls it, but to me, it's a last ride and they're sitting out.
Yeah,
it's basically what it is. The way he picks him up over, but I thought that looked real good. But no, I thought it was a pretty good match. I agree. I wouldn't have had it as the main event, but it was a good match to open the show. And Obi, he's a big dude. Tell you what,
I wouldn't want to be push slammed by, because he sat there did that, but we lets go of you. Shit, you fall like 4 stories before you hit the ground. You're so damn tall.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it could have main event maybe a normal show, but with what you had on this show with the Iron Survivor matches, and they're so exciting, I think, I don't think there's no way that you would want to put that on the end of it. So I think it was a wise move to start the show with that.
Yeah.
Next up, guys, let's go to the women's Iron Survivor match. This could have been the match of the night. I really like the men's too, but man, I thought the women did a great job. And I had said a couple of weeks ago that I was really, really excited about this Kendall Gray. And I thought she showed out, which I think all the women did fantastic. The match featured Kendall Gray, Sal Ruka, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, and Jordan Grace. I thought this match was fantastic. Kendall Gray ended up winning it in the last few seconds. I thought it was fantastic. Marcus?
Oh, yeah, match of the night for me. They need to give those women all a raise. To have the timing for 2 women to be spot on, but to have the timing for 5 women to be spot on, every one of those moves were spot on right up to the very end. And boy, do they have some interesting maneuvers that you don't see a lot of people doing. So I like the fact that I was waiting on 2 women to get in that box, and it did exactly what I thought. They'd be in there clawing and fighting each other, trying to crawl out of it. That right there had been the price of admission.
Yeah.
Build a ring and put 2 women in it. Like a mini box show. But that was my match of the night. I love it.
And the thing that's interesting, Marcus, the WWE is really fortunate with their women's division and what they have in NXT, because they got a lot of young women. Kendall Gray's like 22 years old. Sal Ruka's 24, 25. Kalani Jordan's about the same thing. Lola Vice is like 26, 27, and Jordan Grace is like 27. So they've got a lot of young talent down there. And there's others too, besides them, that are in the middle 20s. Man, they're just got a lot of wealth of talent in WWE in the women's division.
And those Lola's kicks.
Yeah, the striker probably on the women's roster right now.
Yeah, she comes from UFC background, not UFC, but that
Bellator.
Type of fighting. Yeah,
Bellator.
Yep, it was.
What was it?
Bellator.
It's called Bellator. It's the same as UFC, but a smaller company.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a real good match. I'll be honest, I didn't know a whole lot of the women because I don't watch a whole lot of NXT. So
if
this
you
was
see the top of my paper, you see where I had to write them down to what was wearing what, so I keep track of who was who, because I don't know them either.
So really, this is my first time learning about a lot of them, and I was impressed that move that Sal Ruka did. I think the announcer called it the Soul Snatcher or whatever, but where she does that flip into like front flip into a cutter, like that's fucking crazy. I never seen that like that. And she done it off the stairs, and then she done it in the ring. And I was like, what the hell is this? No,
she's done it on 2 people before at the same time. She's unbelievable.
I did like the fact that, which I know we'll talk about the men's match that was like that. But I like that, like in the men's match one of the matches you had multiple falls, like everybody had multiple falls. But then the other one, everybody just had the one fall going into the end. So I did like how that was different, and they both went. And the matches were were different, weren't real similar.
And to go back to Kendall Gray real quick, she's on Evolve. She's not even
Yeah.
she just started being a regular on NXT. She just got involved. She's been on the independent scene for just a couple of years, and she's got a bright future for sure. Big Glenn.
Man, oh man, you know how much I enjoyed the NXT Women's Division. They give it to all, and they deserve every appreciation that they get, and probably should get more. You know, so great match all around, start to finish. Obviously, match of the night. Kendall Gray, don't be surprised if she takes the belt off of JC Jane at New Year's Evil. So.
I think so. Yeah, I
And
know.
I'm gonna, if that one company pays me in time, I'm gonna be there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Next up, guys, the North American Championship champion Ethan Page against Mr. Iguana. Ethan Page come out victor in this. Very entertaining match for what it was. I mean, it's kind of a comedy match, a little bit of everything. I love Ethan Page, man. I just think he's as good as heels it's going out there as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoy him. Big Glenn?
I honestly skipped this match
Okay.
because I pretty much figured the result was gonna be what it was. So
Okay. Let's go to Marcus then.
Marcus, you're muted.
You're muted, Marcus.
That's how you pitch a notebook on the keyboard. Anyway, like I said, that was funny as hell. Ethan did something to the Iguana guy, and he played dead. He's just looking at him like, what the hell's wrong with him? And he's playing dead. He slaps in the back of the head. He's playing dead. Booker don't like Mr. Iguana at all. And pissed off Mr. Iguana when he grabbed the puppet and slapped his head. The whole damn thing was just funny. That was a very comical match to let everybody get a rest between the rest of the show. And I'm not an Ethan Page fan. I mean, he's like Juwan Thomas. He's very talented. He pisses me off. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
But he played that so well with the look, the facial expressions and everything when Mr. Iguana was doing his gimmicks. And yeah, I was laughing my ass off the entire time I was watching that. So
yeah, I think Ethan Page can do about anything. He was at TNA 3 or 4 years ago, and one of the best tag teams that was going at that time. I mean, I'm talking about of all the tag teams. He was in a great tag team, held the belts for a year, and they was as good as anybody. So I mean, he can do about anything. So I really enjoy Ethan Page. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Marcus. The match was hilarious. It was entertaining. Ethan Page is real good, and I haven't seen him a whole lot, but every time I've seen him, he's been impressive. So, and like Marcus said, he's doing his job because he makes you not like him. But to me, what's funny is how do some of these gimmicks get over, and then other gimmicks like don't? Because some of the silliest gimmicks will get over, and people will love it. And then there's other gimmicks that are similar to that don't. And then there's ones that you like. If you just thought of it, you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely gonna get over.
Yeah.
It don't do nothing, but then you get some of the silliest things that boom, it just explodes.
yeah, like the beaver cleavage, you know, that one being dead in the water, you know, back in the Attitude Era. So
Yeah. Yeah, people love Mr. Iguana. There's no doubt about it. And I thought this match was placed, like Marcus said, perfect. I mean, you had it started off with a championship match, and then you had a great Iron Survivor match, and you put that in the middle, a comedy match. I thought it was placed perfect. Next up, Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame. Tatum Paxley was the women's world NXT champion, women's champion. She lost the belt because Izzy Dame and her group turned on her. She was part of that group. Tatum was, and Izzy turned on her. Let's go to Big Glenn.
I'm a little bit surprised, honestly, that Izzy Dame won. I figured Tatum would have got her revenge, but I love the broken doll spot because, you know, at the end of the match where Shawn Spears, you know, ripped the doll head off and was just messing with her in that way. that's some of the best writing that they've been doing on NXT. As far as the character development and stuff like that, and it was a good match. So
Yeah, I think this match was a storytelling match. It was about the story that was going into it and the story coming out of it. They're going to continue this feud.
absolutely.
I know Tatum the other night had a couple of dolls, and she had a wrestling figure of the guy you just said. I can't remember his name now. Shawn Spears, but it was his AEW figure because there's not a WWE figure of it.
Yeah.
So it's an AEW figure that she had in her hand and tearing his head off and stuff. So I thought that was interesting. Let's go to Chris. Go ahead.
Before Chris goes, man, Izzy Dame's heel run's been kind of on and off, but how she turned on the D'Angelos when I was at NXT the last time, it just cool to see her character development.
And fun fact, Izzy Dame is Ron Breaker's girlfriend.
Yep, that's correct.
Let's go to Chris.
I thought it was a pretty good match. I hadn't seen it, so I didn't know like the storyline. So my first thought is why the fuck do they have Barbie dolls out here? But what's going on here? But no, I thought it was a solid match. I think it's the Izzy girl. She kind of reminds me kind of a little like a Paige when Paige first came to NXT back in the day.
Oh, Tatum. That's Tatum.
Yeah. Oh, that's Tatum. Okay, they're wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I had it
backwards.
backwards. Yeah. I guess I'm still learning the names.
Yeah, almost as bad as Jay.
Oh shit!
Oh, no, not that bad. Don't be putting Chris down that much.
I couldn't do Chris like that. It's the first thing to pop in my mind, So.
Okay.
But I noticed it in this match, and I think it was in one of the other matches too. I noticed it, but the referee is starting to count the pin too quick. Like she hit that power bomb, and she's still adjusting and moving the legs, and the referee had already counted one. And
the referees down there.
It didn't happen in another match. It might have been the men's Survivor match at the end where the guy was still hooking the leg, and the referee's already on a 2 count.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The refs down there also are in training, so
yeah. I mean, but I didn't know if I was the only one that noticed that, but yeah, it was like twice that the referee was counting. They were still getting into like final position.
Those referees are used to having that clock on the hard cam side on the end where you don't see at the performance center. So them not having that, I'm sure those are timing off.
Marcus, your thoughts on this match?
I'm totally different than you guys. I thought it was more of a squash match to me.
She did take a beating.
Yeah, like Chris, I'm not familiar with the players. When Tatum Paxley first came out, I thought, well, what the fuck beat her up? Her eyes are all blacked out. I didn't realize she'd been crying and all that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what the hell happened to her? It's like, I did like how she destroyed Izzy on the announce table.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was just a squash match to me. I think everybody's trying to do this. You know how Cena turned on Cody back in whatever that was?
Yeah.
Why is everybody doing that now? They hug each other, they all smile, and they get that look on their face. It's like, okay, quit doing that shit. Yeah, I've seen it too many times from too many people here lately. You can't recreate that. Don't even try it.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the same thing when I was watching it.
They did it twice in that match.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
But I thought it was a squash match. I mean, she just beat the hell out of her. They played it simple.
She took a beating. They're trying to build her character. I mean, Tatum was the champion, and then she's been the underdog character. But I think they tried to drive it home that she's the underdog. Which it's basically 3-on-1. I don't think you have to really. I think they went overboard with it, But I don't disagree with you. Let's go to the men's Iron Survivor. We had Javon Evans versus Leon Slater, Joe Henry, Dion Lennox, and Miles Bourne. Chris, your thoughts on this? Javon Evans got the win. Your thoughts on this, Chris?
Which match was this?
The men's Iron Survivor.
Okay, the Iron Survivor. That's all I thought. But I thought it was pretty. I thought it was good. I enjoyed the women's one a little bit more than this one. But I did think it was good. one move. I know it was Evans, and it might have been Slater, where they done the vertical suplex out of the ring and stayed attached.
Yep.
I never seen nobody do that before. So I was like, damn, because they done the suplex and they like rolled. They came
Yep.
back to their feet, done the suplex, went over the top rope,
Yep.
landed on their feet, and then I think it might have been Hendry or somebody later ended up jumping on all of them or something. They were setting something up, but I'd never seen that before, so I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I thought it was a real solid match and was good, but I enjoyed the women's Survivor match a little more than I did the men's.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I thought the men's was really, really good, but I think the women's was just a little bit better. Marcus?
Yeah, they should have swapped them. The ladies should have been the main event.
Could have been.
I was expecting because I was expecting so much more out of these men than I did the ladies, and it kind of fell a little short because they didn't hold up to. I mean, it was a good match. Evans sure can fly. I love watching Evans jump. Joe Hendry, I don't know if you knew this. He was the oldest one in that match. He had 10 years on everybody else, I think, in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But for no better he is, he's pretty tough how he can hold on to people like he does. I liked how Lennox blocked the referee in the penalty box. That was kind of funny. And I liked how there at the end they threw the opponents over the announce table and took out the announcers. I guess Booker T got knocked out.
Yeah, he got drilled.
7-10 split. I mean, I was dying when they like, well, here we go at the announce table. Oh shit, they took the announcers out. Hell, that's perfect. It's like I was eating that up. But
I did like how it ended in the small package too.
You know, I think that with your counting that the timer was running out. I think he kind of had to do it quickly.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny that they were 5-way ties in both matches, and it was a very last minute pin to get the winner.
Yep.
But yeah, I had too much optimism on this match after seeing the ladies. I thought the men could outdo them, and they should have swapped them.
Yeah, the women just knocked it out, man. It was too much to overcome for the men's, even though I thought it was a good match. One thing I did want to say, I thought Dion Lennox did a very good job. He hasn't wrestled very many singles matches. He's been in a group, been tag team champions. So I thought he showed out pretty good with no more singles matches under his belt. So I think he's got a bright future also. Big Lynn, your thought?
Lennox did fantastic. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to ask, Mark, I know Mark, well, you, Dad, and Marcus both have watched a lot of wrestling. Have you guys ever seen that a spot like that where they done the suplex over the top?
No.
Broken landed on their feet?
No.
I've never seen that before.
No. But yeah, match is good. Not as good as women's, obviously. I love the last second pin to get the victory with them being all tied at 1. I was a little bit surprised that Javon won, but you can see where they was going with it beforehand and stuff. And the spot with the penalty box was amazing too. How Javon had to like climb out, with the referee still inside to at least have a chance to win. So.
And I also like how that one guy kicked the door onto him. As soon as he come out of the penalty box, he hauled off and kicked the door back into him.
Yeah.
It was,
They beat up Joe Hendry inside the box, and he couldn't get out. And then Joe Hendry come out and attacked him. And they need to do penalty box matches where they stick a penalty box in the middle of the ring and just throw 2 people in it.
Yeah,
have at it.
They definitely
put them in a smaller confined area.
Yeah, they definitely should have more of these deadline. More of these deadline type of matches. Maybe not often to where you're having like Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, or maybe it's like once a year, once every couple of years. A good.
Yeah. Me and Marcus talked the other day about this. That I'm surprised that some of these independents hasn't done matches around here like that, because it wouldn't be that hard to do, and it take a lot of timing. You got to have good timing with your wrestlers. But other than that, you could build a little box. I mean, they've done it with Royal Rumbles. People do all kinds of matches like that. I think it would go over very well on the independent scene.
Yeah, the closest independent I've ever seen do it, or relatively close to it, is WCWO doing scramble matches. But
Dad, you've seen some of the people that build stuff around some of these independent shows. You sure you want these people to try to build boxes?
They probably use plywood.
CWO ought to do it. They build their own coffins. I mean,
Yeah.
Coffins, they build boxing
somebody
rings.
knows how to do that.
Hey, can you rent me a boxing ring? Sure, I'd be able to. And he built one. Yeah,
And
somebody would.
WCWO is the only one that I've ever seen that's even remotely been similar to it, and that was the scramble matches.
Well, scramble matches. WCWO is known for the scramble matches. They used to
Yeah.
do them almost. I don't think they do them every show anymore, but there for a long time they did them
Well, they
almost
do at
every
least
show.
once a month. They do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, let's move on to Big Glenn's. Oh, real quick, I want to give my grade. I thought the show was really good. Like the way it was laid out. I give it probably about a B or B plus. I was very entertained. Match
B
of the night,
minus.
of course. For me, the match of the night was the women's match in the Iron Survivor. So I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed the show.
B minus. When you take WWE, you don't take like December pay-per-views being all that good. The Survivor Series is a good example of that. And based on recent WWE history, pretty much in the last 20 years, when you think December pay-per-views, you won't think a good one. But this is definitely one of the better ones. Obviously, I gotta go with the B minus.
Okay. Well, guys, let's move on to Glenn's trivia. We got a new segment we're gonna try out. Glenn's got some trivia questions. I think he's got maybe like 3 questions, and we're gonna check it out here.
Yes. So these are mainly going to be WWE questions this time around. We're going to start off with a true or false question. And here we go. True or false? During the Rock and Austin's feud, they both threw each other's titles into the river. True or false? Both times it was over the Intercontinental title. I see more consistent.
Marcus, do you know?
No, it's false. Smoking Guns went in one time.
Go ahead, guys. Yeah. I about jacked it up already.
I'm not sure, but so I'm gonna go with Marcus.
Yeah,
think
I agree with Marcus.
Yeah, I get that one away.
Okay. Okay. Next question.
Superstar Billy Graham, during his title reign, he had sold out 19 of 20 MSG shows. Which superstar does Billy Graham not sell the Garden out with?
I do not know.
Was it a regular WWE guy or one they brought in for a special appearance?
Regular.
It's probably Backlund.
Gonzo?
I don't know.
The answer is High Chief Peter Maivia.
That doesn't sound good on paper.
Yeah.
So you just kind of forget about him because he was more of a tag team guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching one of the WWE documentaries recently, and I was like, you know what? If I can run this by Tony and Chris to do it, this would be a good little question because all of our knowledge just combined. So. But yeah, it was a near sellout though for that time. And the third and final question of today is from February 14th, or not February 14th, but May 14th, 1995 till February 14th, 1999. A grand total of 27 WWE In Your Houses took place. 10 of them featured featured tie-ins to the wrestlers on the card. There was 2 tie-ins that neither wrestler had a match on the card or had no main event on that card. Which 2 In Your Houses did not feature the wrestlers on that card at all? Yeah. I tried to word it out, but didn't want to make it too hard.
Now what?
Okay, I'll try to rephrase this correctly. Of all the In Your Houses in Your House history, which wrestlers that had tie-ins that did not wrestle on that specific show?
Was Shawn Michaels one of them?
No.
I can remember there was one that was, and I'm not saying he wasn't on the show, but the one of them that I remember being advertised on one of those shows was British Bulldog.
That is also incorrect.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I know
no,
Shawn
it's-
Michaels was at the In Your House in Indy, but he was in the dark match.
Yeah.
And Goldust wrestled twice. He wrestled for the IC belt and Shawn Michaels at the end. He wrestled for both titles that night.
So,
Yeah.
so you're saying that they were advertised that they were going to be there, but wasn't?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
for
boy.
example, they had like tie-ins to the name of the show, like In Your House, Revenge of the Taker. That
Yeah.
match featured, then like In Your House, Canadian Stampede, or like
Yeah.
Cold Day in Hell
Yeah.
with Austin. So
Well, I remember there was one like Beware the Dog or something like that.
that match had that Bulldog in the main event because I
Yeah.
think that was at the Louisville Gardens. So
Okay. Well, I did not know. Marcus, you
Yeah.
have any idea?
no, yeah. What about you, Gonzo? Gonzo.
I don't either.
There was 2 times. In Your House, It's Time. That was for Vader during Shawn Michaels' title run in '96. He was out with the injury, and the other one was Rock Bottom 1998. The Rock was actually in the semi-main event of that show, not in the main event.
Okay.
Yeah,
So who was Vader supposed to wrestle?
he was that. It was I forget who he's supposed to wrestle, but the name of the show was In Your House, It's Time. So I think he was supposed to wrestle somebody, but the issue
Well,
with
who was
Shawn
his
at the
replacement?
time. The main event ended up being Sid versus, I want to say it was Bret Hart. I'm gonna have to look that one up, honestly.
I wonder if Sid, I wonder.
Because Sid was supposed to wrestle Vader. They had that feud.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I bet you that was
Vader
it.
did one of those at the In Your House in the Indy. They were in the mid card, but they were wrestling in each other too. So because the main event that night was the
It
Barry
was Sid.
Live,
It was
so-
Sid and Bret Hart. Because it was at that dinky ass arena down West Palm Beach. I remember watching that on the TV back in the day, then on Peacock over the years, and that is a small arena. The attendance for that was 5,708. But that's all the questions I have for this week. So
Okay, God. All right. Okay, let's move on to our old school segment. We had 3 matches. We had featuring Andre and Hogan. We had the Shea Stadium, WrestleMania 3, and the main event. Marcus, let's go to you first.
What do you want to know?
Let's just go in order. What'd you think of the Shea Stadium, WrestleMania 3 to the
Well, if
main
you're going
event?
to compare it to the other two, it really didn't hold up to nothing.
No.
Because Hogan wasn't really established yet. I would have liked to have been at Shea Stadium that night to see that. But I thought it was funny that 4 security guards had to walk Hogan out to the ring. I mean, nobody walked Andre out to the ring. Andre's headbutts to his back, then foot in the back. Andre was pretty limber in the 80s.
Yeah.
Bunches of headbutts. Andre suplexed, slamming Hogan, knocked the referee down. Screw job number 1.
Yep.
Because Andre didn't pin him.
No.
Hogan bounced out of that. Again, we're talking about screwy ass referees.
Yep.
Now, did you watch the feed where Mick Foley was doing the commentary?
Yes, I did.
yeah, I hated that.
Well, but I
Yeah.
want to see when Foley took on Andre in Japan. He said, I wrestled Andre in Japan in 1991. Now, where the hell's that match at?
That's a good point. Yeah, I watched that feed too.
If you ever noticed, did Hogan bleed in that one?
No,
Yeah,
Andre
he-
did.
Okay.
Yeah, Andre did.
Andre did. Now, Andre always kept the blade in his waistband. And Andre had all that hair. And whenever Andre went to go bleed, he'd pull that hair in front of him. Then he could do his thing. Nobody could see it because every match he ever bled, you ever watched, his hair's in his face. But it for the time, it was something. Did it live up to what the other two was? No. But I also sent you guys all kinds of Andre crap.
Yes,
And Andre and Hogan in Japan outshined all those matches
absolutely.
I watched because they had no rules over there.
No, that one video that you sent me that I was pretty high on of Hogan and Andre going at it, and I think it was Hogan trying to grab Andre, or one of them two trying to grab him, getting in the ring and everything, and Andre's moving around pretty damn good at this time, So
You know, Andre before he went down, he could move. He was limber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go next on the Shea Stadium. We'll go on, but then we'll move on to the next one after Glenn goes. Yeah, what stood out to me, the video I watched, like you said, had Foley and Michael Cole doing announcers. And Mick Foley brings up that Harley Race had slammed him many years ago. Also, he brings that up in the during that feed. Also, Hogan slammed Andre in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he slammed him in that match in 1980. Of course, they said first time we slammed 1987, but we know how that goes.
Well, even Kamala has a slam on Hogan.
Oh yes,
Or a slam on
yeah,
Andre, so.
yeah, in Mid South. Also, the like you said, the fast count. Heck, Hogan kicked out at probably 1.5, 2. I read, and that was a super fast count too. But yeah, he kicked out. And like you said, Andre, you could tell a huge difference from 1980 to 1987. And Andre's body and his movements. You could just tell a huge difference. That was the main thing that stood out to me in that Shea Stadium show. Big Glenn?
Andre's body is definitely it changed so much because of his condition over the years, even in the short span of 7 years in that way. The match was great. I like how when Hogan came out, man, he was getting booed off the freaking building. That was like Dominic Mysterio heat from what I could tell, and everything.
And then maybe where they had 4 security guards on him.
Yeah. It was that being kind of like a prelude to Thunder Lips in that way, because that outfit, that gold outfit and stuff he wore reminded me so much of Thunder Lips, from Rocky. I think it's Rocky 3. Pretty much a good match. It wasn't as good as the stuff that Marcus had sent us though. So
yeah,
Vince McMahon was the ring announcer.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
And Fred Blassie was the manager. If you ever go further back and watch him wrestle, that guy was vicious as hell.
Yeah.
He used to sharpen his teeth.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like the white people, yeah.
Yeah, he used to do a lot of biting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the best kills of all time, man.
Let's move on to the second one, which would have
Chris
been
watch that?
WrestleMania. Huh? No, Chris didn't
No,
watch it.
didn't see that one. Okay.
Yeah, let's go to WrestleMania 3. Marcus?
Okay. Well, the only one alive was Jesse Ventura. Out of the entire one, Joey Morella, which was, I don't know if you know that, the referee was Gorilla Monsoon's son.
Yeah.
Died in a car wreck. Gino Hernandez, or not Gino Hernandez, they called him Gino. Gorilla Monsoon, Andre Hogan, Bobby Heenan, Howard Finkel, Bob Euchre. All of them are gone now.
Yeah.
The only one was still alive was Jesse. Hogan had to walk to the ring. I don't know if you know the story, but that transporter broke down.
Okay.
He had to walk to the ring because the transporter broke down. The stare down was good. People were throwing trash. I don't know if I ever noticed that before.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I've seen it, and pretty much every time I've watched it.
Andre's beautiful slams. Andre was much slower. He had to be.
Yeah.
His butt drive in the corner.
Yeah.
Where he put him in the corner and then haul off and throw his ass into him. The bear hug. He should have picked him up. If he had picked Hogan up off his feet, he might have won that. But he kept Hogan on his feet. I'm in here. And I thought it could have lasted longer, but Andre was spent. I mean, seriously, he did what he could do. If it was the 80s, if it was the 80s, Andre, that match probably could have gone another 20 minutes. But it seemed to be ended. I never noticed it being like it was ended very abruptly.
Yeah,
and I kind of got it this time.
Well, yeah, because I know in an interview they were supposed to go a little longer, and Andre told Hogan, "Hey, slam me, pin me. Yeah, slam me, pin me, slam me."
And Andre is in the corner. I'm not even sure the pin would have counted because he may have been too far in that corner.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you could tell. I never noticed that before. I hadn't seen that match in years. So,
yeah. A few things that stood out to me, like you said, the bear hug, but the bear hug spot and the way the crowd responded to it. I mean, just a bear hug, but the way Hogan sold the bear hug. I just wish some young wrestlers would watch the art of selling. That's why I get aggravated with some matches nowadays because they don't do any selling. Selling is so important, and the crowd response. When Hogan's arm looked like it was going down and it came back up, and you got 90,000 people going berserk over an arm coming back up from a bear hug. And another thing that stood out to me was Bobby Heenan being there at ringside. I still miss not having good managers in the sport. I think we're really missing the boat, not having some good managers. I mean, we've had some through the years, but we haven't had any really good managers. Hell, it's probably
have we
been
got any managers?
here and there, but the more valets. I mean, we ain't had a good manager for probably what, 20, 25 years?
Yep.
I don't think I've seen a good manager forever.
Probably some in the 90s. Paul Heyman was, in the 90s in WCW. Yeah, I mean, really miss it. I wish they would bring that back.
Paul's more of a mouthpiece now in that way compared
Yeah.
to an
Yeah.
actual manager.
Well,
so.
yeah, he does. I mean, because some of his facial expressions and stuff still
Yeah.
are really good at ringside. And then just the crowd, the moment, the way that popped when Hogan slammed him and won the match. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Big Glenn?
Man, when you talk about wrestling history and the history of WWE, it really starts with this match, obviously, and then Macho Man and Steamboat is not far behind stuff, but you can tell that they wanted to roughly end the match a little bit earlier than what they wanted to, obviously. Do you think Hogan's shoulders were down for that 3 count early in that match?
No,
That's a mystery. Andre was in the way.
Because Dave was trying to sell that on I remember that watching that. I was like, was that 3?
Well, if you ever watch the documentaries, Hogan wrote it into the script that way.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
I
sense.
mean, there is a script out there where he's talking about that. He wrote that in because he wasn't sure Andre was even going to do it.
Yeah,
he was worried that Andre wasn't even going to do it. So
because I remember that HBO one. He kept asking Andre.
That's what it was. The HBO one. Yeah.
Yep. And he's like, "Hey, brother, what gonna do it?" There's you're fine, blowing him off. Then wasn't sure he's gonna do it until he told him to slam. And the slam happens, and and I remember the Roddy Piper interview talking about that match. He said he could feel the freaking Billy rise or something, whatever hell that meant. He meant by that, So, my last question to you guys personally is: do you think that 93,000 is inflated?
Do we think what?
Is the record number of 93,000?
I don't know. I've heard so many stories on that number now.
Yeah.
It's hard telling.
Yeah, it's hard telling, especially with the lights being kind of dim, after dark.
Well, the building was full. The building was full, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I've known a few people that was at the Pontiac Silverdome. Ian, as far away from I don't know why you would want seats as far away as those guys had it. You'd have to watch it on that
absolutely.
screen. You couldn't see the damn ring hardly.
Yeah.
I think the WWE always inflates their numbers, but they also, if you notice, they'll say in attendance. They don't say ticket sales. So they count everybody in the building. So I think what I've heard that they sold 78,000 tickets. But it's probably also true that there was 93,000 people in the building.
Yeah.
I know AEW got called out for that show that they did in London and said they had, I forget, 75,000 or 80,000 or whatever here a couple years ago. And then London came out and said, well, the turnstile said you only had 65,000, because they released it. And but so I think there's a difference between attendance and ticket sales.
Yeah. Because that's always been a highly debated question over the years. Is that number inflated, or is it just worded right? And I think it's a case of it's worded correct. Just right to favor the E in that way.
Okay, let's go on to the Hogan and Andre main event, the one that showed on if I remember, was that a Friday night when they showed that? Or was it a Saturday?
No, it was a Friday.
It was Friday night.
The main event.
And I live about half a block from where it took place. I mean, the building's not there anymore, but you get the point.
Yeah. Okay, Marcus, your thought.
All right. Well, I got some history, personal history. I was not at the show that night, but my mom and dad was. But on January 3rd, I was in Indianapolis at a show. Sorry, Chris. Hogan was there that night too. Hogan took
Damn.
on One Man Gang.
That's
They
bullshit.
announced, then they announced the Andre Hogan rematch that night. And my dad says, I'm talking to your mother tomorrow because he'd already planned on going.
Yeah.
Also, that very night that they announced that Hogan Andre match was taking place, Saturday night's main event was on TV. And it was Hogan taking on Orndorff in the cage when both their feet hit the ground at the same
Really?
time.
That
All that
on the
history.
same day?
Same day as Indy.
Wow.
Saturday night's main event was on TV. Hogan and One Man Gang in Indianapolis. So, okay. You ever watch the promo at the very beginning of that show? Hogan is a sweaty mess. His hair is dripping wet. But when he comes out to the ring, I know he didn't hit a blow dryer on the way through there. So I don't know when he did the promo, but he was sweaty when he did the promo versus when he come out.
Hell, he probably did it right after he did filmed that workout in that one gym where he's working out, and it's Jake the Snake Hard with his music. But I don't think Jake had that music just yet. So
okay, Glenn, you want to be trivia? What happened that night? I mean, something came out that night that is now legendary.
Go ahead and hit me with it, Marcus.
Do you know, Tony?
I'm not sure that other than the two referees.
The Wing Eagle debuted. The Wing Eagle debuted in Indianapolis tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
He handed the belt to Hogan. Came out with the Wing Eagle. That was the first time anybody set eyes on the Wing Eagle in the wrestling world, except for the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The Wing Eagle debuted in Indianapolis the night the main event took place.
Hell yeah. Did the
You said you was at that show?
I wasn't
No,
at the
his parents
Hogan
was.
Andre show. Well, my parents was. I got pictures of it that my mom took.
Did the Mr. Perfect bill smashing take place later that year, or was that the year after?
That was in 89.
Yeah, it was
89. That was the next year.
I figure it was after that, so obviously with it being the debut.
If
That
you
was a good
didn't
one,
know,
Marcus.
Andre didn't go over the top rope. He went between the ropes. When the match got ready to start, he didn't go over the top rope. He went between the ropes. Andre knocked himself off his feet. Hogan kept trying to, but I think Andre lost his balance when he did the hairbend. I don't think he was meant to go off his feet. And of course, now Andre is really slowing down. Headbutts to the back of his head. I don't know how you do that. Screw job number 2. But the storytelling in that match was fantastic.
I got this. I got that wrote down.
Told everybody why the referee did it. All he had to do was this. Told the story on what's up with the referee. And did you know Ted DiBiase did defend that title on house shows until Jack Tunney announced that he was no longer the champ.
Jack Tunney.
There was 2 house shows that Ted DiBiase actually defended that title in house shows as the world champion. Now, something came out the other day that said that Bob Backlund is the only world champion still alive prior to 1990, and some say, well, what about Ted DiBiase? So there you got it.
As a kid, you used to think Jack Tunney was just like the most powerful man there was.
Yeah.
You know, he was a former wrestler. No, he wasn't a wrestler. He was a huge
He was an office guy
or something in Canada.
Yeah, he was head of the WWE up there in Toronto or some shit. So,
and if you notice, and one more thing, and you may have to go back and watch it. When Andre's talking to Mean Gene, he says, "I'm happy to have won the WWE Tag Team title, and now I'm surrendering the WWE Tag Team title, the $1 Million Man."
Yes.
He calls it a Tag Team title.
That's funny as hell.
Okay.
Why did they hear it? Did he say Tag Team belt? He did say Tag Team belt, and he said it twice. So, and they had to give him a run as the tag title with Haku, but Haku was Haku was the one that ran that shit. He had to have somebody to colossal connection guy. So
what stood out to me, and I had it written down, the storytelling in this match was crazy. The twin referees, we had never seen nothing like that. Just fantastic. Twin brothers. Also, you bringing up the shoulder stuff, because you had that WrestleMania 3 where Hogan almost got pinned, but where he got his shoulder up, and then this time his shoulder was way up, way ahead of time, and they call the pin, with the crooked ref and everything. Most of the Andre's offense, especially early in the match, like you said that did the headbutts, but most of it was choking him. He choked him several times, used the strap to choke him. I mean, that was about his only offense he had was choking him.
Yeah, but now let me go back again. I'm sorry. Did you
Okay.
notice when they interviewed him there at the front before they walked out to the ring? It almost reminded me of one of these and one of those.
Yeah,
Because he said, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to squeeze. And I'm thinking, oh, it's one of these and one of those promos. It's
yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was most of his offense. But the crowd was very loud. I mean, they was into it. I forget what it was now, but if I remember, I want to say like 30 or 40 million people watching
Yeah.
on TV.
it's still
It
number
popped
one.
a big
right now.
number.
Yeah,
It's
it was
still
huge.
number one.
It was
for that.
huge. So, Big Glenn?
Man, I got a question before I start off this bad boy. How much money did he spend on the plastic surgery, brother? And they're calling him the multi-million-dollar man. There's so much great shit that came out of that match, and just that feud in general, and
How much
a
did you
lot of
spend
the
on
shit actually came from that match specifically, and everything with the crooked referees and the selling of that, and it kind of like overshadowed in a good way Andre's limitations in the ring, because you had all these elements, with Virgil and DiBiase on the outside and stuff. So even though the match wasn't great in the in-ring product, everything else sold it, and whew.
Yeah, it was them three matches. It was a pretty good deal there. I enjoyed it. I agree with Marcus. The Shea Stadium match was the least out of the. Even though Giant could do a lot more, it was the least out of the. But like I said, that wasn't even the main event. That was a mid card match almost on that show. So
Yeah, because
you can
Hogan
tell the
had just
difference.
started
Yes.
with the E in that way, and Stoll
Yep.
was getting the start.
Yep. So, guys, let's move. Chris, you got any thoughts on? I mean, I know you've seen a couple of those matches. I don't know if you ever seen the Shea match, but you got any thoughts on Andre and Hogan?
No, not really, other than the WrestleMania 3 match. That's always been one of my favorite matches because it's like if I think back to it's really like the first wrestling match I remember watching. Like if I think back to like the first match, that's the one that has always popped in my head. I remember watching it over. Was at your brother Steve's house. I remember we all went there to watch it because he had that big ass satellite
Yes.
Yeah,
in his
in his
backyard.
yard.
I think because I was like 6 years old, but yeah, that match is always the one like the first pro wrestling match I remember watching. So it's always been one of my favorites.
And I taped the news that night, and they showed the body slam on the news, on the Channel 6 news that night. They said Hogan, Pete, Andre, and they showed the body slam. So I'd seen the body slam later that day because it was on the news. Now, when Saturday night's main event, since it was in Indy, it was blacked out here. We didn't get to watch it till Saturday. It was nationwide on Friday, but we couldn't watch it here live. But they aired it on Saturday.
Yep.
So
we
reminds
got
me of
the satellite.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Indy 500 blackout rule for Indiana almost.
Yeah.
The way that's set up.
Well,
and I
guys,
know because it was a sellout. I mean, shit, it was a sellout.
Oh, it sold out. You probably turned away people, even with it being the middle of February in Indianapolis.
Yeah, it was February 5th. So
real quick, I did want to give a little tidbit. I told Marcus this earlier today when I talked to him. Everybody was going on, but why are they doing the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia and all that stuff? Well, they put up tickets today for sale, and online, 865,000 people got online to buy tickets for a 30,000 seat arena. 865,000 people got online, and the tickets, people would love the ticket if the ticket prices over there with the ticket prices here, because you can get a ticket for $40. Cheapest ticket was $40. But also that's a bought show by Saudi Arabia. They're paying it all. They're probably deciding how much the ticket price is.
And they probably deciding who's going to go on top and who, they probably requesting Yokozuna and the Macho Man,
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think
I ain't gonna watch my scoreboards on it.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Saturday night's main event. John Cena's last match will be on Peacock. Pre-show starts at 6. The wrestling show starts at 8. I double-checked that because I kept hearing different stuff. Let's go into the card real quick. And I don't know if it'll be the first match, but on the undercard, we got Javon Evans and Leon Slater taking on the WWE Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. I think it's going to be a fantastic match. I think it's really cool that Javon Evans is like 22, Leon Slater is like 22, and get this opportunity to be on this show, especially Leon, who's from TNA, and here he is getting to be on this show. I think it's really cool. Next matchup, Sal Ruka against Bailey. I think that's a big test for her to go against a veteran like Bailey. And then we got Oba Femi against Cody Rhodes. Cody's the undisputed heavyweight championship, no belt on the line.
That'll be good though.
I think that's going to be interesting. And then, of course, we got Gunther versus John Cena in his last match. I think it's a really good card. I think it's interesting. I think it's going to be a really good show.
That will be on Peacock.
It is on Peacock. One other thing too, they had come out with a report. Dave
Is it
Meltzer,
only on Peacock, or can you get on NBC as well?
No,
Only on
no
Peacock.
NBC.
Motherfucker.
no NBC.
They can't afford to piss John Cena off
I'll
like
get
Eddie
it.
Goldberg.
Yeah, yeah, you should be able to get it on one thing. One thing that been reported that they was going to open the show with Cena and Gunther. Now there's been a new report come out today that is not true. So we got two reports. One from Meltzer and his cronies that it's going to be the
Meltzer,
first one.
that's top
Yeah.
notch.
Well,
And then-
if Meltzer says it, it has to be true.
Well,
And then
that's
another-
Russo
If
say.
Meltzer
That's what
says
we
it's
really
probably
check out.
Meltzer's cat, like Jeremy Halley always says.
Yeah. Then another report came out that it's not going to be the first match on the show. So I'm not sure. But again, you can see the pre-show at 6 on Peacock, main show at 8, and then there'll be a post-match show. I think that
Six. 2
Pre-show.
hours of pre-show.
You know how
They don't-
WWE does it,
They're 2 hours
Marcus.
Well, that's
Hi,
like
Bob.
I went to look for this deadline, and I had to go scan through an hour of bullshit to even get to the first match because the pre-show was attached to the front of it.
But I'm really looking forward. I think Javon and Leon's going to be a good match with AJ and Dragon Lee. Like I said, what Marcus said, I think Oba Femi and Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
going to be outstanding. I think, and so I
He's
think
gonna
Sal Ruka and Bailey's going to be good.
Oba's definitely going to give Cody a scare. He might even win it. I'm considering this Oba's trial match for the main roster. So
Well, I'm going to go to each one of you. First of all, ask you a couple quick questions. Gunther and Cena. Chris, who wins this match?
I'm gonna say Gunther.
I agree with you. I think Gunther is going to choke him out. Marcus,
I think Cena's old school, and he's gonna go out with a loss.
I agree. He's not going to tarnish Gunther's reputation.
what about you, Glenn?
he's going to go out the same way Goldberg went out.
Okay.
Minus
I
the
think
bitching.
I think we'll be minus the bitching for sure. Okay, to you, Big Glenn, what do you think Cena's legacy means? What does it Cena mean to you? Him going
Oh, my
out.
goodness.
What do you think about Cena?
Oh my goodness, that's a good question. 22 years in WWE. I wasn't too big a fan of his reign at the top and the middle, like from 2006 to 2012. But when you talk about one of the greatest of all time, John Cena is definitely in that conversation.
Yeah, for me, if you stop and think about it, what his reign was and how long he's done it is the thing that's amazing because Hogan was big in WWE, from 80, 80,
yeah.
85, 86, whatever, when he beat the Sheik, and then till about 91 or 92 was his heyday, and he started fading away. Of course, he did have another run in WCW, but I mean, 5 or 6 years was kind of thing. Marcus, how long was Bruno's running WWF?
We had him for 8 years.
Okay, so he had a pretty long run too. Stone Cold's run was only three,
Five.
4, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, really, longevity wise, and how long and how hot and basically, and it was the PG era. It wasn't the best era, but I mean, he was definitely the go-to guy during that. Never really put on a bad match. I didn't feel like, and it's now getting a lot of people's fans. A lot of fans hated him back at one time. Now they love him, of
Yep.
course. So I think he's got a great legacy, and you can make an argument that he could be on the Mount Rushmore. I'm not saying he is or he isn't,
Yeah.
but you could, if somebody told me that he was on the Mount Rushmore, I would understand.
Yeah.
Marcus?
One more thing before Marcus goes.
Okay.
That heel run that he had and the lead up to it with The Rock and stuff, that was amazing.
And Marcus.
Well, I don't know what I could say. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot of his stuff. I mean, I did watch him when he wrestled Kurt Angle. I thought it was funny when he showed up to WrestleMania, was drinking his ass off because he didn't think The Undertaker was there. And then wrestled The Undertaker drunk. I kind of liked some of his rapping. That was pretty good. And then where he would win where he would be in Indianapolis this week, and the next night or the next time he was on Monday Night Raw, he'd have the jersey for the Colts on.
Yeah.
Whatever town he was in, the next Monday he had that jersey on.
Yeah.
For the town he was in.
He had a George McGinnis on. I remember correctly. It was a George McGinnis one.
But as I was telling Tony, I've enjoyed this year watching this John Cena last year. This stuff has been great.
Yep.
How they pulled that off. So, and Tony said a shirt's coming out that's got all the shirts on it, and I wish they'd come out with a poster with all those shirts on it from the year.
Yeah, I've seen the shirt. I've seen the shirt that's got something on John Cena's last tour or something. It's got on the back. It's got a little thing of each shirt that he had made, and he wore at each place.
But
So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
it's been a good year watching him do his last year, but I'm not.
I agree with you. I've heard a lot of people thought that this last year with Cena was a failure, and I don't know what the hell they've been watching.
No, it wasn't.
I thought it was fantastic. That's just my opinion. I thought, did they do everything creatively perfect? No, but I think every fan got what they wanted. Seeing him in each town, I think
I got a caveat to that, Tony.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if they're saying that the Cena this year's Cena run was awful, it's probably because they was hoping to see The Rock a lot more than what we got, and that's pretty much.
Hey,
what
that's
that
going to
boils
be the
down
best
to.
heel turn I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I thought.
So
I don't think he should have beat Dom for the Intercontinental belt. I don't think that was necessary.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So,
Chris, your thoughts? I mean, you know a lot about Cena because you had a son that was a Cena nut.
I would say one of the best of all time. It's hard to say anybody's the best, but he has to be up there. And then also just a great human being. Like everything you hear about the dude that he's just a good dude, and look all the stuff he done with Make-A-Wish and everything. So not just to hear all that stuff that the outside of wrestling and being a big movie star that he's a good guy. Like that's something to me that's always pretty cool when some of these guys that are a lot of your kids' heroes or that you watch on TV and stuff, and then a lot of times you find out that they're douchebags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With him, he seems like he's a good guy.
And the only time that I've seen it even remotely be a douche guy is probably because the people he was interacting with was asking for it, like taking pictures of him while he's eating lunch, and shit like that.
well, he said that one time, like I was in the bathroom taking pictures. Everybody's taking a piss. It's like, well, I get shitty about it.
Yeah,
The fuck's wrong with you?
I'll probably beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Like Chris said, the Make-A-Wish stuff. I mean, I forget. He said a world record, like 750 wishes he granted, and not everybody could do that. To be able to be put in that situation and handle it with grace, and just to be able to be good to people, just that alone is a great legacy. But yeah, he's going to be missed. And the other thing I like about this is, very few people have got to retire like this. I mean, Flair had a great retirement, and honestly, he ruined it.
Which one?
Yeah, that's what I'm
He's
saying.
supposed to start with the Colts this week. Did I see?
Yeah, I see the picture of that too. He's going to be starting quarterback for the Colts.
That was awesome.
It
Whoever
was.
made that picture, that was great.
But he had a great Flair had a great retirement with WWE, but then tainted it. But I mean, Sting had a great retirement with AEW. I thought that was very well done. And then this one, I think it's just awesome that a person gets. I mean, Dusty never got nothing like that. A lot of Piper never got nothing like that.
Taker's
So I
was
think
pretty
it's
good.
cool. Yeah, Taker's did pretty well with his, but very few people get that opportunity. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. Well, guys, that's all I've got. Anybody got anything else before we get out of here?
Do we
I
have
do
an
not.
old school match for next week?
Yeah, Marcus,
Ah.
you want
Well,
to
I
do it?
tried. Could somebody come up with another one?
Yeah, I
I
can
don't
come
have
up
one
with
in the
one.
chamber.
Have we done Clash 1 yet? Steam Flair? 'Cause I think that was the other one I was wanting to get to. Let's do that one.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 45-minute.
Clash
Time
one,
limit. Yeah, Clash 1.
Went back
Sting,
to WrestleMania 4.
Flair.
Yeah.
Is that the one in New Orleans?
Yep.
I don't remember where it was
believe
at.
so,
I just know it went head to head with, and it was a
Yep.
45-minute match.
Yeah, I remember that because I was watching both of them at the same time. I think.
Yeah. I'm not surprised because us four are really the same way in a lot of ways, and that's definitely one of them.
1988, because that shit that happened in India, the main event was the setup for WrestleMania 4,
Yep.
because Tony took the belt off of him and they had the tournament.
Well, guys, let's get out of here. One thing, real quick. Me and Chris and maybe Big Glenn will be on. We got a sports show be on here in just a little bit. 10 o'clock Eastern. It is the NFL Thursday Night Blitz. That'll be at 10 o'clock tonight. So check us out for that. And everybody have a great weekend. I watched Saturday night's main event, and we'll definitely talk about that next week and talk about some other wrestling too.
Oh, man, we got a lot of
And
watching
some
to do.
more trivia where I don't give up the answers.
Well, I knew that answer anyway.
Yeah.
I knew it was a smoking skull belt.
It was a great question though, man.
Everybody have a great weekend.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.